Hello everyone, this is Fahad Mirza and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to have a look at a very simple way of doing retrieval augmented generation. That way is called as LightRAG. We are going to install this tool locally and we will play around with it on our own data. If you don't know what RAG is and why making it simple is important, then please keep watching this video. The thing is that whenever we want to provide our own data and its context to these large language models, we need to do RAG. There are other techniques too, for example, fine tuning or training from scratch and a lot of other to make these LLMs aware of our own data. But RAG is one of the simplest and quite flexible, adaptable and cheaper way of doing so. If you don't know what RAG is, please watch my channel. I have done heaps of videos, but just to give you a quick overview, RAG is a technique to improve LLM's outputs using real world information or your own data. This RAG technique is very important because normally what happens is that these LLMs have no clue as what is happening in our company, in our organization or with us. If we want that LLM to have more grounded information about us or about our companies, our personal data, we need to do RAG. RAG approaches, which we also called as baseline RAG, they all work on vector similarity. There are few limitations of it. Vector similarity simply means that we take our own data, we divide that data into smaller parts called as chunks, and then we convert those chunks into numerical representation called as vectors. These vectors get stored into a vector store, and then whenever a user asks a query from LLM about our data, first that query is converted into numerical representation. That numerical representation or vector is matched with the stored vectors in the database, and similarity results are returned, and then that information combined with the prompt is given to LLM, and that is how LLM, by using its own intelligence, by using the context which we just provided, gives us back more grounded response. There are few problems with this approach. Baseline RAG struggles to connect the dots. This primarily happens when answering a question requires traversing different pieces of information through the shared attributes in order to provide new synthesized insights. It also really fails to holistically understand the whole broader context around the semantics of the large data set, or even if we provide a large single data set. That is where a new technique called as GraphRAG comes into play. We already have been covering GraphRAG for the last 3 months since first Microsoft released it, and you can see that on my channel I have done like hundreds of videos on GraphRAG, and I'm not exaggerating. There are literally hundreds of videos around GraphRAG from various angles, from different frameworks, from different models, from different tools, from different data sets, from production pipelines to test one. So if you are interested in learning more about GraphRAG, please search my channel. This LightRAG has taken all the good lessons from that GraphRAG and implemented this fast and retrieval stuff, and that is what we are going to look into this video. Before I do that, let me introduce you to the sponsors of video, who are AgentQL. AgentQL is a query language that turns any web page into a data source. With its Python SDK and live debugging tool, you can scrape and interact with web content. AgentQL works on any page, it is resilient, it is reusable, and it structures the output according to the shape of your query. Coming back to the LightRAG, before we install it, let me give you a very quick overview of its architecture, because that is very interesting and quite important to learn. So, what LightRAG is a new framework designed to enhance LLM by integrating external knowledge sources. This enables more accurate and contextually relevant responses tailored to user needs. LightRAG addresses significant limitations of existing RAG systems. So how it works is, in front of you, it is incorporating graph structure into text indexing and retrieval process. It utilizes a dual level retrieval system. This allows for comprehensive information retrieval from both low level, which is specific entities, and high level, which is broader topics knowledge discovery. The framework also extracts entities and relationships from text data, and it creates a knowledge graph and employs vector representation for efficient retrieval. An incremental update algorithm ensures timely integration of new data, maintaining the system's effectiveness in rapidly changing environment. So this is a very self-explanatory diagram which I just described, and I will drop the link to its repo where you can check out more information. Okay, enough talk. Let's go and try to get it installed on our local system. Now, as you can see that I am running Ubuntu 22.04 and I am going to integrate this LightRAG with Ollama. If you don't know what Ollama is, it is one of the easiest tools to run large language models locally, and I have done almost 600 to 700 videos on Ollama, so please check it out on the channel. And if you don't know how to download it and install it, again please search the channel. I have already covered it. Okay, so I already have Ollama installed by the way, and it is locally running, and I have one GPU card NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM. But if you have even 8 GB of VRAM, that should be enough for this Ollama stuff. Okay, so first up, let me create a virtual environment with Conda. I'm just calling it AI. Let's wait for it to get created. Shouldn't take too long. And that is activated. Next, I'm going to git clone the repo of LightRAG. That is also done. Now let's build it from the source. And this is the recommended way of doing it. So it is building all the libraries in the editable mode. This is going to take a minute. So let's wait. And all the prerequisites are installed. Now let me show you my Ollama. So this is the Ollama which I'm running. We need to download two models. I would highly recommend that you go with these two models. The first model is the LLM itself. I am using Qwen 2.5 from Alibaba, and the second one is the embedding model, which is Nomic Embed Text. Now the difference between these two is that LLM is the one which actually is a language model. This is what returns us the actual response. The embedding model, which is nomic embed text, is the one which converts our own data into numerical representation or embeddings. So for RAG, we need both of them. And nomic embed text is quite a good model, by the way. So you see that Ollama is now downloading both of these models, and then it is going to verify the checksum, and then we will also list it to see what happened there. Embedding model is very small. This is just 274 MB. Qwen model is around 4.7 MB. Okay, both are done. So now if you do Ollama list, you will see both of these models are there, both the Qwen and our nomic embed. So our LightRAG is installed, our models are ready. Let me now open this in my VS Code just to show you the code, and then we will run it in our terminal. So let me open the VS Code here to show you how this LightRAG works. So let me open it in the VS Code. There you go. So this is a VS Code window. So if I just scroll up, so this is how you use this LightRAG, and they very graciously already shared the LightRAG Ollama demo. So what this is doing, this is importing all the libraries, and this is a working directory. So I'm not going to use their file. What I'm going to use, I'm going to use my own data. So I'm just going to replace it with home, my local file. So what I'm going to do, I have just got this file which is called as fast.txt. Let me show you if I have it opened. So yeah, there you go. So this is a file fast.txt which contains my own data, just about who I am, the AI YouTube channel, about AI and all that stuff, just a random stuff which I have put it in here. So this is a working directory, so I'm not going to uh, put the file name here. So this is where it will store all the vector store and everything what it does. And another cool thing is that because it stores it locally, when you rerun it, it reuses a lot of information. And then here we are instantiating this RAG. Now when you download their example, they use Gemma 2. I would highly recommend you not to use it. This doesn't work. So I'm just going to go with Qwen 2.5 and latest. Where I'm getting this information, if I go back to my Ollama, so you see in the Ollama list, we have this is a model name with the tag, and this is a nomic embed text. You can also just mention nomic embed text or Quen 2.5. So this is what I have put it in here. This is my Quen model. You can leave rest of it as is. This is a max token size and all that. This is my local system where Ollama is running, and this is a context length. This is a spotlight which model throws one at a time. Just keep it as is. And this is where we are using nomic embed text, and again the same endpoint on our local system. Once that's done, this is asking us what is a file I want to give. So this is where I'm going to give it my own file which I just showed you, and I'm just going to put a txt file. We are opening it here, and then this is where they are doing this naive search, local search, global search, and hybrid search. Now if you notice here, we are asking the same question after instantiating that rag with all of these different searches. So what are these? So naive search, or the basic naive rag or a basic rag, is a very simple version of rag which I mentioned earlier. It combines retrieval data with the LLM to efficiently respond to user. So in this approach, documents are indexed, relevant chunks are retrieved, and then input along with the query into a language model for generating the final answer. So that is what naive rag is. When we say local search or local rag, it means that this is for reasoning about specific entities by fanning out to their neighbor and associated concept. All local, it doesn't go to the internet, and it doesn't search the community summaries or the public data, which primarily is the global search. And when we combine these, this becomes the hybrid search. And if you look at this hybrid search, this is also sort of a full version of this LightRAG, which combines the strength of both low level and high level retrieval methods. It retrieves a broader set of relationship while simultaneously conducting an in-depth exploration of specific entities. So if you're looking for a comprehensive full view of your data, then go with the hybrid search. Okay, so now we know what this LightRAG is, how it works, how can we use it with Ollama. Let me now run it on my own data, and you see all I'm asking it that what are the top themes in the story. You can also say, maybe instead of story, I'll just, because it's not a story, it's an article, so I'm just going to say what are the top themes in this article. I'm just going to replace all of these questions with this. So and let me save this file. It is saved, and now we can run it because it's in the example folder. So sorry, one more thing, you see that in that same repo in the examples directory, this is where you can find Ollama 1. And by the way, if you want to go with OpenAI, with Amazon Bedrock or Azure, you can use those examples too. Okay, so now let's go back to our terminal and let's run it. So I'm just going to say Python 3 examples and then LightRAG. Let me check what is the exact path. And this is the exact path of it. So let me run it. And you can see that it is inserting it is converting it into the chunks, and then now it is extracting all the entities, nodes and edges from that data to make a graph. Let's wait for it. First time it takes a bit of a time. And if you're using it in the production environment, remember, instead of doing it in memory, you would go with any vector database, and I have covered a lot of them on the channel. So if you're interested, please check it out. Still working, so let's wait for it. There you go. So you see it has generated all of this data, and if I just go up, it is giving us information. The top theme in this article revolve around Fahad Mirzad's contribution. I know it's a shameless promotion, but this is just an example. It is still working. There you go. So it has created all the information. So if you look at it, the last response is the most grounded one, the hybrid one, whereas other ones are just okay. They're okay, but they are smaller. They are not that grounded. So the hybrid one is the most performant ones, I believe. Really good stuff. Another cool thing with this you can do is that if you have Jupyter Notebook, which I already have installed, and you can use it in anywhere. You can even use it in Colab. So launch that Jupyter notebook, and I will show you how you can even graphically visualize this data. So just go to your notebook or your Colab, and then from there just use this code. So we are just importing these libraries, and then we are using this GraphML file, which is a very standard uh, representation of the graphs. And where are we getting these files? Remember that we mentioned this working directory. So if you go to that working directory on your local system in the my files, you will see that it has also created this key value stores where it has stored all of our data, chunks, entities, their relationships, and everything. And this is a GraphML file they have provided, they have generated out of our own entities. So if you want to visualize it, all you need to do is to run this, and it is going to display it inline here. There you go. And you can of course make it bigger, something like this, open it in the browser, and then you can just magnify it to see what is happening, how many entities you have in different colors. So pretty nifty, and of course you can, this could get more complicated as your data size grow. But that's it. I hope that you enjoyed it. Before I let you go, let me also give a huge thanks to Mast Compute, who are sponsoring the VM and GPU for this video. If you're looking to rent a GPU on good prices, I will drop the link to their website in video's description. And I will also give you a coupon code of 50% discount on range of GPUs. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thanks for all the support, and thanks for watching.